What's going on, you guys? Welcome to Eddie's Music Tips, where we give you practical knowledge and tips on how to be a better singer and musician. It is your boy Eddie, and today I wanted to conclude our three-part series, Singing Fundamentals. In the first video, we talked about breathing, engaging your diaphragm, the process of breathing, and how to apply it to your singing. If you wanted to check that out, there's going to be a card in one of these corners here. In the second video, we talked about space in the mouth and the two things that get in the way of your space in the mouth. And that's the tongue and the soft palate. And if you wanted to check that out, once again, there's going to be a video in the cards about that. And then lastly, let's talk about resonance and singing registers. Now, resonance is when the sound vibrates in a given space. So let's say you have one of those aluminum Yeti bottles and you flick it and you hear the sound kind of shake and vibrate in there, right? You hear a ding sound in there. That's resonance. The sound is resonating in that bottle. Or if you have water in a wine cup or in a wine glass and you kind of move your finger around the top of that glass and it creates a sound. The sound is resonating, the water is resonating with that glass, creating a certain frequency. It's the same thing with your voice. When you're singing, the sound is going to be resonating in different places. Now, when that comes to registers, when you're talking about registers, all right, most people start off singing in your chest voice. Now, your chest voice is plain and simple when the sound is resonating in your chest. So what I want you to do right now is start talking, and as you're talking or as you're humming, don't hum high, don't hum low, just hum at your normal voice. You're going to feel your chest vibrating. The sound is resonating in your chest. If you're singing in some of those low notes, if you're singing in a register that's comfortable for you, you're singing in that chest voice. So let's say, Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. All of that was resonating right here, okay, in my chest voice. I didn't have to change anything or move the resonance anywhere, okay? Now, where we start shifting where the voice is resonating, we start shifting into different registers. So, coming from chest voice, and we start going higher. Okay, right now, I'm in my mixed voice. Now, your mixed voice is a mixture between your chest voice and your head voice. The sound is going to be resonating in both your chest and your head. Okay? Now, your mixed voice you can use to kind of sing high notes, and you can also use it to shift between both the head voice and the chest voice. It's like a passing area. One of the things that you can do to practice shifting is just go up the scale. Now you don't want to push hard. Make sure your diaphragm is engaged and you're singing. And just kind of slide your voice through the registers, right? Now, the last register is going to be the head voice. And as you guessed it, the sound is going to be resonating in your head. Mama made me mash my M&Ms. Mama made me mash my M&Ms. Okay? Now, a lot of people confuse head voice with falsetto. Mama made me mash mash my M&Ms. Mama made me mash my M&Ms. Your falsetto is not your head voice. Your falsetto is airy. Your vocal cords are not engaged like they're supposed to be. And it's letting more air through than what should be going through. It's airy, it's thin. It can be pretty depending on what you're using it for. Like if you're doing those, like if you're doing a song of like desperation and you're there, I'm desperate for you. Like you want to make it airy and thin to kind of display that desperation. But you don't want to stay there. Okay? You want to, like if you're going to be singing for long periods of time, you want to be in the head voice. I'm desperate for you. I'm desperate for you. I'm desperate for you. My vocal cords are engaged and it's resonating up here, and I can control my volume with that. I'm desperate for you. I'm desperate for you. You can't do that in falsetto. Falsetto kind of, if you push too hard with that, you're going to kind of blow out your vocal cords. And that's kind of how you know when you're singing in falsetto versus when you're singing in your head voice. With falsetto, it's extremely airy, and that's not what you want to sing with regularly and for prolonged periods of time. Now, another thing that I wanted to talk about is, and it kind of goes with resonance, is how to think about notes. And real quick, singing high or singing low is vibrating your vocal cords either faster or slower. When you're thinking about sound and the notes, we perceive them as high and low. It's actually the vibration of the sound. If the sound is vibrating faster, it's vibrating with more, at a higher frequency. That makes high notes. It's the faster vibration. So one thing that you can do and think about when you're singing high notes is not thinking about reaching for it, but thinking about vibrating your vocal cords faster. How do you vibrate your vocal cords faster? Send more sound through them. When you think about, or send more air through them. When you think about your singing low notes, you don't want to think about singing like this. You want to think about vibrating slower. So vibrating your vocal cords slower, and you do that by sending less air through them. You don't want to send a whole bunch of air. You're not going to get low. Just like when you're singing high notes. If you're not pushing and sending enough air into your vocal cords when you're singing those high notes, you're not going to do them successfully. Sorry, my vocals are interesting today. But if you're not singing with enough air and you're not putting enough air to those high notes, they're not going to come out like they need to. And you're going to crack, your voice is going to crack, and you're going to start straining and pushing with your throat. Okay? So in this video, we talked about your resonance and where the sound resonates in different parts of your body when you're singing in different registers. So your chest voice, your chest sounds vibrating in your chest. Mixed voice, your sound is vibrating both in the head and in the mix, or in the chest. And then when you're singing in head voice, your sound is vibrating and resonating in the head. And then we talked about falsetto versus head voice. Falsetto is airy. The vocal cords are not engaged like they're supposed to, and you can't control volume with that. Head voice, the vocal cords are engaged with one another like they're supposed to. It's not airy, and it has a little bit more body to it. And You can control your volume with that. And then we also talked about how to think about notes. And you think about notes in terms of frequency, vibrating faster. Low notes vibrate slower, high notes vibrate faster. And to control that, you send either less air through it on the low notes, or you send more air through it on the high notes. Okay? This video is going to conclude our Singing Fundamentals series. Guys, if you like this series, go ahead and give it a like. Go ahead and share it with your friends. And then please subscribe to the channel. If you wanted to see more videos or wanted to get notified of when I make more videos, go ahead and hit that bell icon so that way you can get that notification. As always, guys, I love you guys. You guys are awesome. And until next time, peace out.